Callum, is this your first ever Player of the Month? Somebody told me that can't be right.
I think so. I first for everything.
What does that mean? Do you need to get in amongst the goals to get that recognition?
I think that might be the story of the month. I think if you score goals, then generally it's the boys that will take the headlines. But no, listen, we've started great, and with all these things, you never get there without your teammates. So so thank you to them as well, and probably an award for everyone because they've been so good.
How do you feel about your own start to the season?
Yeah, it's been good. Obviously, when you get some goals and the type of goals that I've scored, then of course it's nice as well, and will always attract other attention. But I've said it pretty much every time I'm interviewed. For me, it's about the team and how the team are functioning and how we look as a unit. So again, really happy and pleased with how we started the season. But we know we're only a month in, and we need to continue to keep pushing.
How strange was the international break this time then?
It was fairly different from what I've been used to, but it was nice to get some downtime at the end of the week and just come back and refresh and ready to go again.
Managed to watch, or do you?
I watched a little bit. I was trying to just switch off as you would, but I watched probably missed the first half an hour of the Poland game and then watched the rest of that. So the boys did well and unlucky not to pick up some points, but really good performance and keep it proud of that as well.
Is this where we see the start of what that decision is meant to achieve for you though? Getting the chance to put your feet up and recharge, even though it's early in the season?
Yeah, of course. It's just the sort of mental break of it as well. You just chunk them up into little 4-week blocks and give us the absolute maximum that you can, and then you'll get a little bit of recovery time to go again and come back refreshed. So yeah, that's the plan, and hopefully it goes that way.
Do you feel that? Do you feel refreshed?
It's just not so much already, just because we've only really just started, to be honest. The time in the summer was enough, but it's always nice to get 2 or 3 days off. You go probably 10, 11 months of the year and you don't get 2 or 3 days off in a row. So it was nice to sort of have that and, like I said, just take the edge off a wee bit.
How important is it that you continue that momentum you built up against Rangers now, even though there was that break, that you snap right back into it?
Yeah, of course. It's always a message when everybody comes back from internationals. Different styles, playing with different players, obviously as well. So when we get everybody back into the building, we try and refocus and in terms of the idea that we want and the way we want the game to be played. So these couple of days here have been vital, just trying to reprogram everybody. And like you said, the team's in good momentum. So we get next little block of 6 games, I think it is, and just take them one at a time. And just try and, like you say, get the performance level and the results to match what we did at the start of the season.
An important 6 games though, because you Europe starting on Wednesday as well. It's going to take a collective effort, isn't it? Because 3 competitions, the next 6 games, it's going to be tough.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's why the gaffer's trying to build a strong squad so that everybody can come in and play their part. And yeah, for sure, over the next month we'll need everybody. We want to challenge strong on all competitions and we want to be there or thereabouts. So we'll need everybody for sure.
Sort of get that some of them may have been away in the international break, but if you felt that the new faces have just lifted everyone ever so much just over this break?
Yeah, it's always good to get everybody back in and the energy gets refreshed again from where everybody's been. But like you say, we've had a couple that have come back a little bit earlier in the week, and it's nice to see them up close and start to get to know them and understand the way they train and the way they behave and everything else. So the guys have been first class since they came in, and yeah, probably over the next 6 games we'll see a lot more of them. But it's still early doors for them, so we just continue to try and help them in any way they can. And then when they go on the pitch, I'm sure as always they'll give everything for the club and for the team, and they'll start to settle in and you'll see what they're all about at that point.
You've been excited by what you've seen of them?
Yeah, absolutely. The guys have come in of, first of all, brilliant attitudes, huge amount of quality as well on the training pitch. Some of the guys obviously got a taster against Rangers of what it's about, which was excellent. So yeah, there's a lot to be excited about, and as long as we can keep moving as a collective in the right direction, then hopefully it'll be a good season for us.
Has that been a kind of luxury for you as a captain to have that time maybe to integrate some of the guys like Luke McKernan when you've had that week you've had?
Yeah. Obviously we got a bit of time with Luke last week, and again, brilliant attitude, wants to run and work and do all the right things, and just getting to know him a little bit over the weeks, just having lunch and breakfast and that together. Then it was nice. He's super excited about being here, but he's a quality player, and for sure he'll help the group. So yeah, nice for little moments like that. But we get the group back together now and refocus on the training and the games.
What have you made of Hearts? Obviously not doing as well as they would have expected or liked, but they were comfortably third last season as well, so there's the qualities there as well.
Yeah, for sure. Obviously, like you said, there's no getting away from the start that they've had. It's not been ideal in terms of what they would have wanted, but I think for us, we always just have to take these games in isolation. Everybody raises a game to play against Celtic, so our idea is to go and try and dominate the game and be aggressive as much as we can. But yeah, you only need to look back at what happened last season to keep your razor focused in terms of what they can do and what they can do when they come to Celtic Park. So yeah, tomorrow we take in isolation and we give everything to the game to make sure we get a positive outcome.
Stephen Naismith seems quite a kind of calm manager. Maybe you've obviously worked under him as a coach in Scotland as well. Is that what you found? He's a wee bit different to what he was as a player.
Yeah, for sure. I played against him a few times and a few flailing elbows and stuff. But he's done great. Obviously, since he's been in there, new manager sort of getting a job, and he's really sort of stabilised the club. They've been on 2 or 3 really good runs since he's taken the job as well. So I got a lot of respect for him and his career and what he's done and what he's doing as a manager now. And yeah, like I said, you only need to look back on what happened last year in terms of the results that they got against us, so we know it's going to be a tough game. He always sets them up well, and the challenge for us is obviously to go and do the opposite and get on top of the game and try and make them feel our energy and power and quality. So that's where we'll be come tomorrow, but I've got a huge amount of respect for him as well.